Buckle up, MotoGP fans. The tyre pressure rule has sparked heated debates among riders, teams and fans alike. Even living legend Marc Marquez has weighed in, backing the rule, but with a major caveat. So what exactly is this tyre pressure rule? Why is it so controversial? And what's Marquez's solution to make racing fairer? Let's dive into the drama, unpack it all, and get to the heart of this high-octane controversy. Stick around, hit that notification bell, and let's get rolling. In 2023, MotoGP rolled out a new rule requiring riders to maintain a minimum front tyre pressure of 1.74 bars for at least 30% of laps in a sprint race and 60% in a Grand Prix. Fail to comply and you're slapped with a penalty. 8 seconds added to your time in a sprint race or a whopping 16 seconds in a Grand Prix. The goal? Safety. Low tyre pressure can lead to loss of grip, making bikes harder to control, especially during braking and cornering at MotoGP's blistering speeds. Sounds reasonable, right? Well, not so fast. While the rule aims to keep riders safe, it's been a lightning rod for criticism. Many argue it messes with race strategy and even ruins the spirit of competition. Imagine a rider like Marc Marquez or Pecco Bagnaia leading a race, only to slow down mid-lap to boost tyre pressure. It's not just about speed, it's about tactics and the heart-pounding tension on the track. Here's where the drama kicks in. One of the most electrifying moments came during the 2025 Czech Republic MotoGP sprint race at Brno. Marc Marquez, in top form with 11 sprint wins this season, was dominating the race, but on lap 6, his dashboard flashed a warning. His front tyre pressure was too low. If he didn't fix it, an 8-second penalty could snatch victory away. What did Marquez do? With his trademark brilliance, he eased off, let KTM's Pedro Acosta slip past, and used the slipstream to heat up his tyre and raise the pressure. In the final 2 laps, Marquez roared back, reclaimed the lead, and clinched the win. But the drama didn't end there. Post-race, Marquez and 2 other riders were investigated for potential tyre pressure violations. Talk about a nail-biter. Thankfully, after a thorough review, the stewards cleared them, citing a glitch in race directions monitoring system. Not Marquez's fault. His victory stood, but the incident shone a spotlight on how messy and controversial this rule has become. Harsh penalties. An 8-second penalty in a sprint race, 10, 12 laps, or 16 seconds in a Grand Prix is brutal. It can drop a rider from first to out of the points. Take Maverick Vinales in Qatar 2025. He lost a podium due to a tyre pressure penalty, leaving fans fuming and calling the rule unfair and race-ruining. Strategy disruption. Riders are forced to prioritise tyre pressure over racing. At Brno, Pecco Bagnaia started from pole but slowed down after a low-pressure warning, only to finish 7th. The kicker? His dashboard was wrong. He was fine all along. That cautious move cost him valuable positions. Fans on social media haven't held back either, blasting the rule as ridiculous and embarrassing for a sport like MotoGP. Some even hope Liberty Media, set to acquire MotoGP, will scrap it. On the flip side, others argue safety must come first. So, where does Marc Marquez, one of MotoGP's greatest, stand on this? Leading the 2025 championship with 356 points, Marquez has a balanced yet firm view. In a post-Brno interview, he said, "I agree with the rule because at the end of the day, it's about safety." He gets it. Low tyre pressure can be dangerous, especially on high-speed tracks like Brno, but he's not shy about calling out the rule's flaws, particularly the sky-high penalties. Marquez argues that 8 seconds for a sprint and 16 seconds for a Grand Prix are overkill. For me, cut the penalty in half. Say 4 seconds for a sprint and 8 seconds for a Grand Prix. That makes more sense, he said. Why? Because the current penalties force riders to play it safe, even sacrificing positions, like he did in Brno. He also pointed out that building an 8-second gap in a sprint race is nearly impossible. In a sprint, you can't do it. You can't pull out an 8-second lead, he emphasised. Marquez's solution strikes a balance between safety and fairness. Smaller penalties would let riders compete without the fear of losing everything. But there's a catch. Lighter penalties might tempt some riders to deliberately run below the minimum pressure for a performance edge, which could undermine the rule's safety goal. While Marquez's idea sounds reasonable, it's not without risks. Risky behaviour. Lower penalties could encourage riders to gamble with low tyre pressure for better grip, increasing the chance of crashes, exactly what the rule aims to prevent. Post-race drama. Smaller penalties might lead to more riders finishing below the pressure limit, triggering a wave of post-race investigations. This could frustrate fans further, as race results might shift dramatically after the checkered flag. Case in point, at Assen 2025, Marquez was hit with a 16-second penalty for a tyre pressure, just 0.01 bars below the limit for a single lap. Michelin, MotoGP's official tyre supplier, has floated the idea of in-race penalties instead of post-race ones to avoid confusing result changes. But this comes with technical hurdles. How do you enforce penalties in real time without disrupting the race? It's a tough nut to crack. The tyre pressure controversy isn't going away anytime soon. With the 2025 season in full swing, pressure is mounting on MotoGP to tweak this rule. Marquez's proposal to halve penalties, 4 seconds for sprint, 8 seconds for Grand Prix, could be a starting point, but it'll need buy-in from teams, riders and Michelin. Some have suggested in-race penalties like drive-throughs or long-lap penalties, but that requires more advanced real-time monitoring tech. Liberty Media's upcoming acquisition of MotoGP could shake things up too. Fans are hoping they'll listen to the outcry and craft a rule that's more competition-friendly. Whatever the solution, safety has to stay front and centre. As a championship leader and one of MotoGP's biggest voices, Marquez will no doubt keep pushing for change. What's your take on the tyre pressure rule? Do you back Marquez's call to cut penalties? Or do you think the rule's fine as is for safety's sake? Drop your thoughts in the comments and share this with your MotoGP mad mates. Give us a like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell to stay in the loop for more high-speed drama. We'll keep you posted on all things MotoGP 2025. Stay tuned.
Welcome to GP Talks. Don't forget to subscribe and press the bell icon for more updates.